Yeah. So yeah, the last time you said you had some questions you wanted to ask me about relationships, but child, I ain't no guru on that. I done had a few relationships and some situationships, but
We all done had some situationships.
them
We won't discuss
situationships.
me some situations.
But thank God for Jesus. He's my main situation.
He's gonna be the best
Okay.
situation,
The best
considering,
situation I done ever had.
yeah, because considering honestly what we've been through, like, well, I know some of the situations I've been in. Oh
And you
no.
know some stuff. You know my mess. And you know my best.
And you know mine. So there it is. Um, but no, I wanted to talk, I guess, ask a couple of questions because you are married and y'all have a wonderful relationship. And I guess, like, discuss that. Like, how did it get to that point and the communication levels and all of that?
Oh my God. Okay, well, first of all, oh my God. Now the communication. Let me take my glasses off. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so first of all, um, both of us have been married twice. Okay, this is a second marriage for both of us, and like both of us got married pretty young. Um, and then the thing about it is, like, I'm married to my friend from high school. He was like one of my best guy friends in high school, and like we never dated, and like we date now. This is like the beginning of our courtship. We didn't really have that. You know what I'm saying? So like when we ended up getting married, we just decided we was gonna get married.
Mm.
We just decided we was gonna get married. So like we skipped everything. It was like, okay, we're gonna do the dang thing. No dating, no, we didn't have sex until after we said I do. It was like it was like a very different experience for me, I'll say. Um yeah, that's all I say. I say it was a very different experience for me because I mean, um, I guess before Christ, let me say before Christ, I've been known to be I was a loose cannon, let's say that. But and I don't even know if that's the best way to put it. Man, that sounds terrible. Loose and cannon. I don't want to say all that, but not that. Not a cannon. The cannonball. Nah, scratch. We're gonna edit this out. But but now, it was just very different. You know, I had been divorced for a while. He was going through a divorce. And so we just ended up getting married. And the crazy part about it is that, you know, we met in 1994 in a geometry class. And I sat in front of him in geometry. And from that day until now, we've been good friends. And I mean, like, even when we got married, we married, you know, our first spouses or whatever, we didn't really keep in touch, but we would always see each other in passing. Like, I used to take my son to the barbershop that him and his son used to go to. You know what I'm saying? Well, he was in his first marriage, you know. And so, like, we would just run into each other periodically. When I was going through my divorce, or when I had just gotten my divorce, my son was 3. My daughter was a new baby. I happened to run into him and his family in the grocery store, you know, and it was like we would see each other in all parts of town. It would not be the same part of town. It would be in Garland. It would be in North Dallas. It would be in, Lancaster, DeSoto. I would just see them periodically down through the years. And so, I mean, it's just, I don't know, our relationship just kind of, it's like our relationship 20 years later, just like built off of the friendship that we had 20 years ago. And so it's like our friendship just picked up where it left off. Only, I guess it was it's like it was with the intent to have a romantic component. And it's like, while we were in school, he didn't ever come at me like, oh man, what's up with you? No, I tried to hook him up with every one of my homegirls in high school. Like,
wow.
I tried to hook him up with all my homegirls. And while we were in high school and we were friends, my first husband was my boyfriend. He was the guy I was dating while I was in high school. So I would tell my husband, he would be the person that I would talk to about all my guy problems. And so, like, all of my relationship issues, I would tell him, and he'd be like, girl, I'm gonna be praying for you. Like, that was his response in like 15, 16, 17 years old. Girl, I'm gonna be praying for you. And I'm like, you need to get you a girlfriend. That's what, I'm gonna get you a girlfriend. I'm gonna help you get you a girlfriend so you can get some. I'll be trying to tell him all kinds of stuff. But he was like, just like now, he's a man of God. He was a young man. He was, he was a little church boy. And so, I don't know. It just kind of how our relationship, I don't know. It's like we have a friendship that just never ended, and it just evolved into something else, even though, what I'm saying? Because I was married for 7.5 years. He was married for 13 years. And so it's like that time span where we ventured into our own individual adult lives. It's like that time didn't take anything away from the friendship. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. It's really crazy now that I think about it. But like, the relationship, it hasn't been without its challenges. Because like, we are a blended family. When we got married, he was newly divorced. And like while he was going through his divorce and stuff like that, it was like, it wasn't we not dating, we not going nowhere together. We ain't doing none of that. Nothing like that, and like we got married in July of 2015. I think our very legit first date was like Memorial Day, like right before the wedding. And all we did that day, we went to walk around. What's that bridge down there? The Trinity, down there by the Trinity. What's that new little fancy bridge or whatever off Sylvan and stuff?
I don't know what it's called.
I can't think of the name of it. But we went and walked around down there and just sat down, enjoyed the breeze, and that's it. We just talk, And the thing about it is, like, I guess that's the thing that really makes our relationship what it is, because we can talk to one another. You know what I'm saying? The hardest times that we've ever had in our marriage has been the moments where we couldn't talk. And we've had some times where we just couldn't talk, or we would try to talk and it was like everything in the world, made the conversation wrong, regardless of whether we had the best intentions or not. And so I think one of the most valuable things that I've learned in this marriage is the importance of being able to have conversations. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can't have anything else, when you can't have sex, you can have a conversation. And that conversation can be more intimate than any physical touch any physical act. You know what I'm saying? When you don't have, you know, when you're lacking resources, or you can't go and do fancy things, you can't go and live a lavish lifestyle, you can still have like those meaningful conversations that are everything, that gives you the security that a dollar can't give. You know what I'm saying? And so, and I'm not saying that to say that being financially secure is not important. That is of the utmost importance, because it's hard to talk to somebody when, like, are the lights gonna get cut off? Are they coming to pick up the car? Are they gonna get put out? And like, you ain't got no job yet. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you have children to feed. But, you know, life can really get in the way. You know what I'm saying? And it's important that you don't lose your ability to have a conversation, even the difficult conversations. You gotta have them, because when you don't talk, then that's when other things can take root, and then those things can come in and choke out the love, choke out the bond. It chokes out the intimacy. And when I say intimacy, I don't mean sex. That right there. And one thing that is very surprising to a lot of people, well, I wouldn't say a lot of people, but because I haven't discussed it with a lot of people, or we haven't discussed it with a lot of people, but like the first, let me see, the first 5 months of our marriage, it was very challenging. As newlyweds, like, we didn't even sleep in the same room because of some health issues. And like I said, just getting into the marriage, and we raising these kids. We bring in children from 2 different unions together under one roof. And like I said, we skipped dating, so our kids didn't really see any of that. The only thing that we really had together is that, like, before, like, we went to church together. When we first, like, before we got married, he and the children joined the church that I was already a member at with my children from my previous marriage. And so even when he joined the church, you know, it was like, yeah, you know, yes, we're engaged. Yes, we go to church together and all of that. But I still had my limits. Like, I'm not going to sit with you. I'm not going to be booed up. Like, we're not doing that. That's not, you know what I'm saying? I just put some boundaries in place, you know, because for one, it's the respect that I have for him as a man of God. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even about me. I just didn't want him to be associated with me in a way that would cause people to look at him with the eye of scrutiny, knowing his true character and knowing the type of person that he is. You know, I didn't want to do anything to compromise his integrity. At one point when we it was before we got married, and you know, he, you know, like I said, he was going through his divorce or whatever, and he was like, well, hey, I got these tickets to this Maverick game. And he was so excited. And I was like, oh, that's what's up. He was like, yeah. So you want to go with me? I was like, I would love to, but I think you should take the kids. He was like, what? He was like, what? And I could hear the disappointment in his tone, right? But I was like, and I felt so bad to like bust his bubble like that. But I was like, nah, I think you should take your children. He was like, nah, but I want to take you. And I
have a question.
But nah. Huh?
Yeah. I said, I have a question. I'm just going to jump right in and then you can keep going.
Okay.
Now, I know with your husband being a pastor, a man of God,
mm-hmm.
So I know in the eyes of the church, of course, they can date or whatever,
mm-hmm.
but you just didn't want to give him people basically in his business, give them that look. So if he did any misstep or anything like that, even though he didn't, you didn't want that eye on him, that extra eye, because
Yeah.
we tend to judge
Yeah.
because we feel like first ladies and pastors and all that, like they can't do what us normal per se people do. And so I guess that would be kind of hard. I don't
Yeah.
know if I could have not went to the Mavericks game with him, but I
I
do
did not.
understand. I know you
And he
broke.
was so disappointed. But listen, this is the crazy part, right? And so he was like, he went to the Mavericks game. And my mom, I think, and my aunt or my mom or my cousin, they happened to be at the same game that same night. And so, like, when my mom got home, she was like, girl, guess who I seen? And I was like, who? She was like, girl, I seen Chad and the kids. I seen them. They was on the Jumbotron. And I was like,
Oh.
And so when I talked to him that night, he was like, oh my God. He was like, I was so disappointed you didn't go to that game. Me and the kids had fun. But you know what? I'm so glad, that I listened to you. I'm glad, I ain't like it. I'm glad you did tell me go and take the kids. I'm glad you didn't go with me. That's what he says. Can they put us on the camera? I said, And my thing is this, because now I know, he knows, God knows, the level of integrity that we maintained prior to our union. But the thing about it is, I just know, knowing what I know the word of God says. And, hey, everybody might not be on the same plane as me. Everybody's not a Christian, but I am. So I'm going to speak my truth on this matter. And it's no disrespect to anybody who doesn't believe as I believe. But whether you're a Christian or not, integrity is of the utmost importance. You know what I'm saying? Because once your integrity is out the window, then what really do you have? That makes everything else questionable that you have to bring to the table, if anything. You know what I'm saying? If anyone would consider you having anything of value without integrity. And so, the word of God tells me that, I shouldn't let my good be evil spoken of. And so my thing is, I didn't want my presence in his life in any capacity to make his good be evil spoken of, if that makes sense. Because my thing is, people can lie all day. They can make up whatever. We've had some rumors, and come from one source or another. And, my thing is, at the end of the day, a lie, you have to really work to keep that up. But the truth don't need no legs. It stand on its own. Don't need no help. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to stand up, and it's always going to be louder than any lie. And so that's it. And so, for me, it's just been about integrity. And, me, I felt like I didn't have, and it may sound stupid for me to say it, but I guess in my heart, I felt like I didn't have as much to lose as he did. If it came down to, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, he was a single father, raising 3 children, 2 daughters and a son. I was a single mother, raising 2 children, a son and a daughter. But at the end of the day, like, the plight of a single woman is not the same as the plight of a single man raising children alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, women, hey, mom's gonna do whatever they got to do, usually regardless. And a lot of times, like, single dads, they're not always offered the same sympathies. They're not always offered the same graces as we are. And so I just know, even if we didn't get married, even if, you know, the relationship that we plan to have, even if that was something that we didn't go forward with into a marriage, I just cared enough about him as my friend that I didn't want to be the reason that something negative was associated with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It sounds like you had respect
Yeah,
for
very much
him,
so.
and the thing is with his, I'm not gonna say profession, his calling. Well, you know,
Even
you
his
didn't want.
profession as well, though, because it still ties into his job. He works in the Office of Ministry and Missions at his job.
Yeah.
So I mean, his call is it's like a what do you call it? What do they call it? I don't know. Is it vocational? I don't know if that's the right word or not. But I mean, it's like his job as well as his life purpose. So I mean, I didn't want to compromise that. You know what I'm saying? And he's always had he's always shown me so much respect. And so, like, no, I I didn't want to take advantage of it or take it for granted at all. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a rare thing in this day and age. You know what I'm
It
saying?
is, and
So,
especially in our age category and
girl,
younger.
what you talking about?
Lord, that's a whole nother day's worth of conversation. So
Real.
yeah. So how long have, let's give them a picture of how long y'all been married. Like
Okay, not long.
it's
Not
been
long. It'll be 5 years in July. So we're approaching 5 years. We're still in our newlywed phase, but it's like, okay, we just now getting to be
well, hey.
yeah.
Yes. But you know what? We so bad wrong. No, but you know what? 5 years nowadays is a long time because some
Right,
people don't make it past
right.
one.
This is true. Girl, some people
So
don't even make it past the 90 days. They be like, enough. 2 weeks later.
yes,
So, you know, I don't know. But
yeah.
I don't take it for granted though. It feels like it's been like so long though sometimes. It seems like it's been like 20 years in one.
Well, you know what? Maybe it feels that way because y'all have known each
Oh,
other for that long or
maybe
longer.
so. Maybe so. Maybe so.
So y'all have something that most people don't have. They have that friendship that they've built over so many years. And so you tie that into the fact that okay, y'all are now married. Okay.
Right.
Y'all got 20 plus years of friendship tying that on to marriage. That's success. That's almost like guaranteeing success, what I would see in my eyes. And the reason why I say that, because even when y'all have disagreements in the marriage, y'all can still come back to that friendship. And
Right.
y'all can figure out how to compromise and make things work in your marriage. But at the end of the day, you're going to work harder to make it work because of that friendship.
That's true.
Where other people, where you don't have that longevity in a situation, it's easier to walk away because you were
Oh
never
yeah.
friends. You were always just the lover. Oh, that's my boo, and this is cute and everything, but you don't have that longevity friendship. That's why before I marry someone, I honestly want that person to be my friend, where I can almost say my best friend, because I already have best friends now, you know, with female, but like he
Right.
can take their spot in certain situations. I would want that because you can have all the lust and all of that, but if you don't have that
Nothing.
Yeah, if you don't have that friendship, you don't have nothing to fight for at all. I mean, cause sex or whatever, okay, he can lay the pipe. You can get that anywhere. So bye, you can go. So, but
Girl.
you,
Hmm.
but like you said, so like you said, the
Girl,
thing
once you
is,
know better, that ain't even.
girl, stop. No, but like you said, that
Once you
level of
know better. Hmm.
you do better.
And you find some things to focus on besides all that that really hold some weight. Do you hear me?
Yes, because that respect, that friendship, that communication, all of that, and factor in trust and all
Right.
some other key things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want the sex. The sex is good, but if you ain't
Yes.
got no security,
Girls do be wanting that. Okay? I don't care what girls say. Girls be wanting that. That's important.
yeah,
That's important. That's just important to women as it is to men. But nah, I had no. Mm-mm. And this is the crazy thing, right? This is my first. Um, this is my first. Well, I won't say first, but this is like because like I was in a relationship when I was younger before I married my first husband, and like we didn't have a sexual relationship at all. So this is like but like when I was with this other gentleman, the other gentleman that I dated before I married my first husband, and he was like, he was like he was a church boy too, and he was young, he was saved, and at that time I was kind of like, I don't know, what I'm saying, I got a little wild left in me that I need to feel like I need to get out of my system. You know what I'm saying? And so I really cared about him a lot. I really, and I loved him. But the crazy part about that relationship was that I knew he wanted to get married. And I knew, okay, yeah, I want to get married too at some point, but I knew in my heart I was not his wife, if that makes sense. And so one of the most difficult things is that, like, one or two things gonna happen. I'm going to either, because I know I'm not the person that you're supposed to marry, I'm either going to stay in this relationship with you and cause you to fall, because I don't know if I don't want to have sex. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that. I'm not, I was not committed to not having a sexual relationship at that point. And so I was being respectful of him, but I just kind of like the same situation with my husband. I was like, I don't want to be your downfall. So I just like, and then the thing about it is then I met the lady that he ended up marrying, like at a gathering, like a family gathering. And I was like, oh, I think that's his wife. I know I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And he was just introducing me to her, and just, I knew that, y'all, okay, y'all got some kind of chemistry, or y'all should, or something, that's kind of how I felt. And I didn't know how to really explain it. And I don't think I ever explained that to him, but I just broke up with him. And my mom was so sad. She was like, oh my God, girl, you done broke up with our boyfriend.
no,
Cause she like really liked him for me because she thought he really treated me well. He was respectful and he's in church and all this other good stuff. And that's cool. But when you know it's not for you, you just know it's not for you. And that was one time where, like, okay, I didn't enter into a sexual relationship. I refrained from that, regardless of what my desires may have been. And then my current marriage, that's the only other time I was in a relationship and I refrained from, having a sexual relationship. And so like, I was like 17 years old, that other relationship, but like I'm talking about, I'm like 37, 38, hey, 35. How old was I? About 5 years. So I was like 34. Is that right? 34? Yeah, 34. And so I was 34, about to be 35. And so I was like, shoot. You know what women be going through at like 35-ish? You know what I'm saying? Them mid-30s be on it popping. You know what I'm talking about? So, you know what I'm saying? Them mid-30s be kind of dirty. You know what I'm saying? So that was like, I mean, I don't know. It was just so different. Everything about it was so different. And I wanted to wait. I didn't want to be like, okay, well, you know what I'm saying? Let's go on this test drive right fast, real quick. You know what I'm talking about? And let me see if I really want to buy this car. Let me see if I really want to drive this sticking light. You know what I'm saying? We had that moment. You know what I'm saying? It was like I didn't even, no, I didn't go there. It was really, I don't know. There wasn't no test driving though. Like it's like, okay, that's the one. You buy it and then you go and, you know what I'm saying, drive it on home. After you say I do.
Yes. After you commit to that long-term relationship.
Yeah,
Yes.
so, and that's how it was. And I think for us had because like I said, there were some health issues that we had to work through, as one. And I think that had we not waited, that may have skewed the relationship's foundation. Because my thing is, if we didn't have something to fight for, we would have been blindsided by what we couldn't have, what we wanted to have, expectations and disappointments. You understand what I'm saying? And so, I mean, we've been able to work through sexual issues, financial issues. We've been able to work through parenting issues, co-parenting issues, job issues, church issues, you know what I'm saying, family issues, all kinds of different things, and still not lose the desire for what we have. And so, yes, we just almost 5 years in, we're still young in this, but I mean, I wouldn't change a moment about the journey. I'll say that.
Well,
Even difficulties.
honestly, when you said all of the different issues, like you named off all of those, the most people be like problem after problem after problem. To me, when you said all of that, after you said that, the first thing that came to my mind was, after all of that, y'all still had a thriving relationship.
Yeah, and
Where,
even having children
yeah,
in the
y'all
midst
had,
of this, because we have a set of 2-year-old twins.
yeah.
And trying to bounce back after having 2 babies and you this old. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, don't say you
Yeah, it
did
is so.
so.
And so I'll be 41 in September. Our twins are 2. They'll be 3 in November. And so my thing is like, okay, yeah. It's a lot. 39 years old. And your snapback at 39 ain't the same as the snapback was at 23.
But you still look good, girl. That snapback.
God be the glory. But I'm working on it right now. You know what I'm saying? I still got a little bit of this baby fat. You know what I'm talking about? And I don't know. Listen. I had lost it all after I had them, and then I picked some up along the way. I don't even know what happened after I stopped breastfeeding. But you know what I'm saying? All these body changes, and that's the thing. The beauty of it is that you can love that imperfect person and the love still be perfect. I'm
I
saying you
like that.
can love past the imperfections and it makes the love perfect. I'm saying
And you
so.
know what? I was actually gonna ask you about that because you said like your bounce back wasn't there. Now let me ask you. I already know the answer, but this is for other folks. Even though you say your bounce back wasn't, what you had expected or what you felt, because after we have kids, we feel like, yeah, I need to
Right.
lose X. Yeah, I ain't even had a baby, and I need to be over here. I need to drop this baby weight that I picked up from somebody who had a baby.
Huh.
But so whenever, how your husband did he? I know the answer to this, but I want you to explain it. You were over there probably feeling like you wasn't at your top. I guess at the top of your game, and your husband. What did he say, or what was, or his looks, or however that was like? And the reason why I asked this is because well, I'm gonna let you answer, and then I'm gonna tell you why I'm asking.
What did he do or say when I like what when I like after I had the twins or while I was going through the body changes or what?
Yeah, like when cause you know how we have those moments like I feel fat, I don't look like I'm walking around here gonna have to, like I said earlier, on 600-pound life, and you know how we just go through
Yeah.
those
Like
self-esteem
yeah.
issues, of course. And so I know your husband probably had some nice words for you, some encouragement or whatever. Or sometimes it ain't even the words, it's the looks and the of desire.
Distance and whatever else. Yeah, all kinds of stuff can take place.
Yeah.
Um, honestly, and regardless of where I am, you know what I'm saying? And my thing is like, okay, first of all, I still remember the moment in my life where I felt like, oh wait, I might be kind of pretty, I think. And it's sad because I was 27 years old. I remember where I was. I remember how my hair was. I remember what I was doing. I remember where I lived. And I took a picture of myself. And I'll never forget that moment because my mom and dad, my dad loves that picture of me. And I just snapped a picture of myself looking at myself in the mirror. And that was like the first time I realized that I realized that I had all this black girl magic. And so,
Yes, ma'am.
and so, uh, like, he's never treated me different. It didn't matter if I was 10 or 18, 20, 16, 12. It didn't matter. He's never ever made me feel any different. I mean, the same way. And I guess I can say that the same way he looks at me now, only now it's a little bit, it's a little bit different. It's the same way that he looked at me at 14. And
Now he
so
looks at you with more adult eyes.
he be like, he be that, you know what I'm saying? We can get a pretty brown eyes, the flesh and that dimple, and I'll be like, now watch out. Don't give me that 2 piece. I'm about to give you this pepper.
Oh my God.
But I mean, he's very supportive, and like right now, what I'm saying, it's not that I'm going through these phases of like, oh, my self-esteem is so low. No, like, okay, I'm over 40, so like right now, I don't feel like wearing no girdle no more. I just want to live a Spanx-free life for once in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been wearing a girdle. Like, I grew up in the Church of God in Christ. So like, if you got boobs and you got a butt, then you're gonna get a girdle. and some control top pantyhose. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Oh.
kind of how it was, you know. And so no, I don't want to wear no shaper for life. You know what I'm saying? Which 9 times out of 10, I'm probably gonna be wearing something because you know, hey, we go to church, we're in ministry and stuff like that. You know, all this wagging I'm dragging. I don't need to be walking around nowhere without some. You know what I'm saying? To hold all this. You know what I'm saying? Still.
You're so crazy. Oh my God. And I didn't know. And
So,
I
that's
didn't know
the
they
thing.
made y'all wear that in Church of
Girl,
God.
oh my God. Like, you listen. Now, you know, and it's like, and it's, I guess some things that are instilled in you. And the thing about it is like, okay, well, hey, you know, you want to be modest. You don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Hey, well, my husband always said, girl, you can't hide none of that. The shape you got on, your God gave it to you. You can't hide none of that. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like he never made me feel bad about that. But like it's like now I'm trying to get rid of this right, this. I'm trying to get rid of this. And so like whatever I'm doing, he be like right there, like, yeah, baby, you got this. You know, he's just like I've been doing this thing, right? I'll tell you my secret. So my secret I've been doing lately to get rid of the belly fat. And it seems to be working. I give me some Vicks Vapor Rub. Give me a roll of saran wrap. And wrap this fat up and exercise.
Now, you know what?
And
I've
wrap this
heard
fat up and
that.
exercise. Girl, he be rapping. Girl, he be having a sister rap so tight. Listen, hey, you sweating the rest of the night. You know what I'm saying?
So
No,
are
I mean,
you
like,
wearing
whatever I'm
that?
doing, he just do it. He helped me. He support me. He's like my partner in crime, like whatever. But we ain't doing no crimes over here. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever I'm doing, he be like down for it, baby. You know what I'm saying? Even down to like when I was pregnant, he would be like, okay, I'm trying to see how you do your hair right there in case you can't do it. Then if you need me to do it for you, then I know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I'm saying? He might know how to, you know what I'm saying, tie my locks up, whatever I need him to do. He trying to see what you doing when I'm trying to do my makeup. And what if you can't do it one day? I need to know what to do so I can make sure you how you like to be.
That's sweet.
So he pay attention to the little important details of life that's important to me. And that's, you know, you have to be selfless enough to do that for your partner. You know what I'm saying? It's about being selfless.
Now, I asked those questions about him and the changes because what I wanted to reiterate for people now, if you don't have someone that is supporting and elevating you in your good and your bad times, if you've gained 5 pounds, lost 5 pounds, whichever way, gained 50 pounds, lost 50 pounds, if they're not there rooting you on or supporting you in some type of way, and you don't have that, you know, that's a conversation for, you know, y'all to have because I feel like if I was dating someone and they tell me, I want to drop 50 pounds. I'm gonna look at them and I'll probably, if I personally don't feel like they need to lose it, I'm gonna say, well, I don't think you need to. But if that's something that you want to do, yeah, I'm gonna be rooting you on or whatever. And if you say don't let you do this, then I'll try to watch your back or whatever. But a lot of people can't do that. Either they don't want you to get better, they want to keep you at a certain level or something. And, you know, I don't see,
Insecurities.
yeah, with the insecurities and
Yeah.
all of that. And so, you know, sometimes it's good to hear positive
What
stories
is
because we
that?
hear, yeah, because
What is
we
on?
actually, huh?
I'm sorry, I done got distracted, child. You know, there's some fuzz on my neck. Oh, what is this? Now, what you saying?
Oh, oh, child.
Don't mind me. Carry on.
No, no, I was just saying because, you know, you have so many people like in relationships, the insecurities and stuff, and they not pulling for you. And it's good to have these conversations. I like to highlight the marriages and relationships that I know that I see out there, like what they would consider relationship goals or marriage goals. Or I need, if you know, you're not wanting to mimic their situation, but you would like to have something like, you know, you need a place to start, you know, what
Yeah.
you see and kind of get things together. And so, you know, I want people to kind of see it and hear about it because it's good to hear about, especially Black love. Like,
Right.
that's bomb to me.
Yeah.
So, and I like y'all's story. And so, you know, I do. And so, and I mean, I don't have very many friends that are married, or if they do, you know, they don't have a story like that. Like, your story is good. And so I just kind of, no, it is.
Girl. Woo.
It is a good story of marriage. It's like I told a friend today about her parents, like, bomb story. Like, I won't go into it, of course, I can't tell people's business, but like, if you ever want to see a situation, stand by your man, and not in no old foolish type of stand by your man running around town and doing foolish stuff, but just when the going gets tough, you don't run away. You still
No.
stay there. And
Yes.
this, you know, that was that story, and I was like, man, you know, it's like that's something, you know, put that in my mental. Like, I need that right there. Like, you know, I'm taking bits and pieces from these situations. I like need this right here, this. And so it's kind of like at the end of the day, and maybe it's something about that because her dad's a pastor too. So yeah.
Well, yes, honey. And I'm gonna say the magic happens. All the magic in this marriage happens wherever God is. And that's my truth. Um and the other thing about it is people a lot of times people think they want the you know this first of all, what you see on social media posted as hashtag relationship goals, that's not relationship
Mm-mm.
goals. Let me tell you what relationship goals is. When you are considering someone as a potential mate, you need to choose that person like you getting ready to go into the fight of your life. And you know that's that one person that you can fight with in any fight. Not fight against. That one is going to fight with you through any and every kind of fight that come your way.
That's real.
And your life is going to depend on making it through that fight. You know what I'm saying? Because like at the end of the day, let me tell you, baby, we don't fought through some stuff over here. We don't fought through some stuff over here. And I wouldn't want nobody else to be my partner over here to spar with. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if somebody coming and he don't see him, I got him. He know I got him. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing. He ain't gonna let nothing catch me by surprise. It might come for me by surprise, but he gonna take it out before it can get to me, if that makes sense. And you know, that's it. You have to consider when you considering a marital partner, you know what I'm saying? And even just dating, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, don't be just out here dating just because you bored and you need something to do. Nah, like this is like a life investment. You know what I'm saying? This is not like a, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, this is no, it's a work. This is like one of the greatest works you'll ever do in your life is a marriage. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes everything. It takes everything. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you gotta make sure that when you choosing that person that you gonna that you choosing to be your partner. You know what I'm saying? Just what them things they used to do in the wrestling, the tag team.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like a tag team. You know what I'm saying? You gotta choose somebody that, you know what I'm saying, they gonna know, hey, come on. tag in because I'm tired, or come on, tag in because, you know, whatever we fighting this week enough. Come on, let's go on and take it down. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, like, nah, you don't want somebody, you don't want to choose your partner for a tag team and then they end up, you know what I'm saying, busting you across the head with a chair. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you don't want that kind of person. Like, you don't want to choose the wrong. Good night, sweetie. Night, night, baby girl. But you don't want to choose somebody that's going, you know what I'm saying, in the middle of the battle, switch teams on you. That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to know. You gotta see you gotta see the fight in them already. You gotta already be able to recognize the fight that's in them. And you have to be able to recognize that, okay, they'll fight for me. They won't just
and it has to be there. Like, you have to see it. This isn't something you have to create or you try to build.
No.
You know, because that fight has to be there. Because a lot of times what I'm seeing in situations, it's like a Build-A-Bear.
Yeah.
But they trying to build a man. I'm gonna take this piece here, put this piece on here. I'm gonna put this piece here, I'm gonna put it here. And then you wonder why your bear falling all apart. Because you got all types of different scrap pieces, and
you know what I'm saying? You got a Cookie Monster head, Elmo feet, big bird body. That don't go together.
No.
None of that.
In the Grouch trash can.
I'm trying to tell you.
You know, and it's kind of like when you see it, because it's like, I need all of those qualifications going in. And I think what's hard for me is if I don't see it from the beginning, I'm out. Like, because I'm 40, going on 43. So with that being said, I've already tried to, I'm going to work with them. But like I said, I ain't got time to be building no man. If you didn't come with all these parts, I mean, I can't be buying a piece and the accessory, you know, I got to get some accessories to go with it to get it to run right. I know, I don't want to do that. Like, you know, certain things should be automatically a given. Where you know, you come, you a man, hopefully you got a job, because that's a given. At the age we are now, you know, a job and a place to live should be in the top two things. Okay, let's knock that. I ain't got to worry about that.
Hold up. Let me tell you something though. Let me tell you this. Why you saying that? Well, me and Chad decided, hey, let's get married. Let's do this dang thing. He was working at a temp job and got fired from it within a week. He was homeless. Okay. He was staying with his parents. He was borrowing his dad's car. He didn't even have a vehicle. He had lost everything. He was going through a program at the Salvation Army. So, I'm just saying, sometimes you have to be able to see past what you see. And that's not one of the things like, oh, girl, I'm going to change him. No. I'm going to whip him into the man I want him to be. No. Not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I knew the integrity of the man to even be able to be willing to fight with him through the adversity that he was facing in that moment. If that makes sense. So that's the thing with choosing your partner, choosing your life mate. Like, okay, I will fight anything with you. I will be able to fight anything with you. I know that anything that I have been through, anything that I'm going to face, yeah, I know you skilled to fight with me. You're gonna fight just as hard or harder than I would. So yeah, we can face. Yeah, let's do this then. That's what I mean. Regardless of, you know what, like, God, because even leading to the marriage, it was some hard things that we faced together prior to the wedding happening. You know what I'm saying? It was like some moments that was questionable, like, okay, is we gonna it was something else. Okay. And the thing about it is I was flawed too. You know what I'm saying? I had some daddy issues. I had some deep rooted bitterness. I had some, you know, stuff. I had some serious issues. And the thing about it is, the other thing is, I'm gonna say as Christians, in Christian dating, you have to be ready and willing to love the hell out of that person. And when I say love the hell out of that person, I mean love the abandonment issues, love them away, love them through those issues until they're gone, love them through the trust issues until they're gone, love them through their daddy issues until they're gone, love them through their anxieties until they're gone, love them through their addiction until they're gone, love them, you know what I'm saying? You literally have to, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, hey, you know, both of us came from relationships with, like, serious infidelity. You know what I'm saying? Both of us came from relationships that left us in really dire straits financially and economically. We both came from relationships, you know, that was just kind of toxic, you know what I'm saying, for everybody involved. My previous marriage had domestic violence, and not just my previous marriage. I done had other relationships, you know what I'm saying, where I'm dating this person, that person. Oh, we throwing blows. Okay, well, let's come on. You know what I'm saying? I done had a few of those encounters, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, no, you know, so I done had some issues. And so, like, it literally, and even to this day, you know what I'm saying, he loved the hell out of me every day. And I do the same for him every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, just today, what did I tell him today when he came home? He was trying to do something. I was like, you know, I said, thank you for coming home every day. Thank you for sleeping in the bed every night. You could be across town sleeping somewhere else. You could go somewhere else instead of coming home every day. Just come home every day. I've not spent one night without my husband. Well, maybe one. And I think that may have been when I was in the hospital, because I got admitted unexpectedly to the hospital before I had the twins, excuse me. And I told him, I said, no, please, you need to rest, stay at home. Because he was going to work, getting off work, coming over there, staying the night at the hospital, going to work straight from the house. I'm like, no, go home, get some rest. And that's like really the only time I can recall in the time we've been together that my husband and I'm saying now, in the beginning of our marriage, we was here in the same house, but we didn't sleep in the same room. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and because we were dealing with an issue, and because he knew I didn't want to sleep alone, he would stay in the room with me until he knew I would sleep, and he would leave. We slept apart like that. It was so challenging. It was so was so sad. It was so challenging. But it was like, if I had to do it all over again, I would do it again. I would do it again. But
But you know what?
anything that
Maybe.
I would do it all over again. Even my first marriage, I would do it all over again to get what I have right now. If I had to, I'd do it over 100,000 times.
Yeah.
Where I'm at right now.
That's good.
Peace, the love, the joy. You know what I'm saying? Is, I mean, and no, we don't have a perfect marriage. We don't have a perfect marriage. It's full of crazy. Our families are full of crazy people. Our family, our little union, the 9 people that are, the family that make up this union, the 9 of us, not our parents and everything. No, me and him, our kids, the 9 of us, it's a lot of crazy.
You hear that Butler gang
You know
over
what I'm
there.
saying? But it's like, I do it all again. Even the most difficult moments. We've had some very difficult moments over the last 2 years. I mean, like, some real wild stuff. But I do it again. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I appreciate being able to show our children marriage can work. Black love is real. You know what I'm saying? It's not just on TV. It's not fairy tale. It don't have to be, you know what I'm saying, this foolishness that's on some of these reality TV shows. You know what I'm saying? You're here today, gone today. You my boo today, here's tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? You my boo, here's and hers tomorrow and today. And no, it don't have to be that. It can be natural. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be work. It's definitely going to be work. You know what I'm saying? But nah, you got to be willing to build together.
Well, marriage is just like a job or school. You got to study. You got to learn the job. You got to pay attention to the needs of the job and the demands of it. And if there's difficulties, you adjust. And you just don't try to keep plowing ahead. If you run into some difficulties, you got to figure out where the problem is, discuss it, figure it out. And once it's figured out, you can move on. And it's good. But a lot of times people, they don't want to work it out. It's either it's going to be this way. Well, it didn't work. It didn't work when I did it like this. Okay, I'm done trying.
Nobody want to do the work.
Nobody
wants to do the work.
But they all want to holler, I'm married. I want
work.
Marriage, real talk. And I know it's just to me, I'm not married, but I feel like marriage is going to be the equivalent of having another full-time job if you want to be successful at it. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I say that, but it's going to be an enjoyable job if you put a lot of effort into it and you actually want that job.
Right.
You're just not choosing a job to get by.
Right.
And and the thing is that I know probably 10 years from now, before, and probably on up to now, I don't think I was ready for a husband. I'm be honest. And people, because at one point I was like, man, I don't think I'm gonna do this marriage thing at all. Yeah, it seems like it's not what it's cracked up to be. I ain't liking odds on this. And, I went through that phase because at that time, for me, I was looking for marriages and relationships that our parents had, or people who's been married for.
Parents' marriage.
Well, I don't want they didn't make it. They only made it till I
My
was in
parents are
ninth
still
grade.
married, but I don't want their marriage. No.
Well, no, I mean, for the most part, like my parents made it. I was 14, but my sister and my brother were grown, but they made it that far. But they were able to keep a level of respect for each other to get along for us and the kids. Now, I'm gonna say I wouldn't want it because they didn't make it. Run, everything ain't always forever or whatever. And the love that they had in the beginning, I probably would want them arguments and all of that other stuff. Now they can keep that. Y'all got, you know, there are things that I can take from relationship, and there are things that I can take and say, okay, I know for sure I don't want this,
Right.
but I want this. And so, and I guess that's all about me trying to find the perfect or situation. And I know there's never going to be a perfect situation, but it'll be perfect for me.
Right.
My perfect, unperfect situation,
Right.
you know? And,
Right.
and so now, I go through this thing where if it's meant for me to be married, I'm not gonna be able to run from a guy gonna slap me in the face with it. And when it comes to be ready, if it does come, because I can't say I'm gonna get married. I don't know what God's plan is for me. I don't.
Right.
So I'm gonna be happy anyway it goes, whatever it is. But whenever it's meant for me to be married, I want to be ready because I only want to do it once. If I do it, I want to be a one and done type of chick, and I want it to last. And I want you laughing because you can't even imagine
Yes,
me.
I can, and that's the thing, cause you'll be like, "Oh no, I'm not that type," but I'll be like, "Girl, you don't even know. You gonna be spoiling that husband, and you be
No, cause
riding too."
no, cause I was just thinking about this. I was like, probably in my third, probably when we met each other. I can only imagine if I was married. I can't do this no more. How I get out of this? Like I need to pack me
And
up.
listen, I would have been, girl, listen, you ready to foul, girl? I did mine on my own. I can tell you how to do it pro se. I know all the steps.
That's why I mean, hey, I
I
wasn't
would have
ready.
been no help. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that, God know what he doing. He knows.
Yeah,
He knows
cause
much more than us. Because I would have been to help you right. Girl, come on, you ready to get out? Let me usher you to the door.
yes, and I've been right there. Come on, let's ride out. Cause it's like I know my tolerance level back then. It's like I have low tolerance. Like if I spot crap, I'm in. Yeah, I guess it just wasn't for me. I get married in 2020. That's pushing it because we halfway through it. I don't think I'm gonna find nobody
Anything
because
is possible, though. Anything is possible.
we in a pandemic. If I find a husband in a pandemic, girl,
Girl, you might find a husband and the cure at the same time.
and girl, we're gonna have to rock masks and gloves and everybody. We can't. We're gonna have to have our
Well,
little
listen,
marriage.
there ain't gonna be no consummating no marriage because y'all gonna have to be social distancing.
I don't know, 6 feet apart. Our marriage on Facebook, getting our little wedding on Facebook Live. I can't.
Have a Zoom wedding.
That probably would be the story of my life.
Girl, I wonder if
But
anybody has done it though. Has anybody had a Zoom wedding during this COVID-19 situation? Now that would
mm,
be interesting.
yeah,
People be doing anything, so ain't no telling. Oh
well,
Lord, let's
yeah,
not talk about it before we get somebody an idea.
yeah. I have folks over here. Yeah,
Those
this
that
my
already
way.
named their kid and They already named me Corona Kid, so.
Crazy, crazy, crazy.
Now, but what was I gonna tell you too? It was something else I was gonna say. Mm-mm. I don't even remember. I forgot. But it was something I was gonna say. Um, Girl, I done went blank. I went all the way blank. Mm. But
Well,
no, don't count yourself out. And then the thing too, marriage isn't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Marriage isn't for everybody. Like, it was difficult. Like, oh, that's what I was gonna say. Like, even when it came down to us getting together, whatever, it was like out of nowhere. Like, I wasn't expecting that. I hadn't even been in a relationship with anybody. I hadn't been in a relationship with a man. Um, I had been in a relationship with a female. And it was like out of nowhere. Like, okay, what? This my husband? Like, Lord, you said what now? And so, I mean, I was trying to really, because like I had just gotten in a position where like, okay, God, I've been living kind of reckless and I'm really trying to, I don't want to keep living like this. So like, I need some help. I'm trying to raise these kids. I make a mistake after mistake. I got all kinds of foolishness going on. So like, I need some help. And I remember that prayer, that cry for help. God, I need some help. And I wasn't thinking about like, I need a husband. I wasn't thinking like, I need a father figure for my kids. I just was like, Lord, I need some help. Like, I need some help. Like, doing life. I need some help. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in this house, the house that we live in. I was upstairs in the bathroom, in the bathtub, taking a bath, and I was just in the tub crying, like, God, I need some help. I need some help. And like within a couple of weeks, it was like, you need to call him. That's your husband. I'm like, what? Huh? You said what? What? And like, I didn't even have a phone number for him. And how I got in touch with him was like totally out the blue on Facebook Messenger. And I was like, hey, and this is literally how we made contact. Okay. That led to us getting married. I didn't have no phone number, nothing for him. So he was my friend on Facebook. So I reached out to him on Facebook Messenger and I said, hey, call me. I think you my husband.
hey.
And that's literally how we got here today. Seriously. And when I talked to him, he was like, okay, so what's up with that message you had sent me earlier? And I was like, well, hey, I was at work and it's like, hey, that's what I heard. Like, that's what the Lord said. And he was like, what? He's just like, okay. That's kind of how he went with it, right? And so then he was like, okay, so like that's crazy. Do you know this is my current situation? I'm going through a divorce. I got me and my kids. Just moved to my parents. I got this going on. I got that going on. And I'm like, you said what, Lord? Kind of in my mind. I'm like, now wait a minute. Well, you're not. And so I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh, okay. And this is the type of faith that I have. If I hear something and it's that still quiet voice, And when I hear that whisper, it hit me right here, like at my core. I follow it. You know what I'm saying? I follow it. It don't matter how crazy it seems. It don't matter how foolish it seems. I follow it. And I've been like that, like, as long as I can remember. I'm saying, even as a kid, I had some experiences like with family members, like, you know, I be like, whatever's going on. If I'm gonna get in trouble, I say what I need to say. If it's something that's like burning me, whatever. If I hear it, if I can see it, and it hit me right in my core, I can't ignore it. And that was one of those things, I couldn't ignore it. I heard it. I tried to ignore it. But that whisper got a little bit louder every time I was like, okay, this don't make sense. Okay, I'm tripping. Like, what is that? I don't need to call him. And I was like, I don't even got his phone number. But I followed. And I'm so glad that my homegirls didn't listen to me and hook up with my boo back in the day. Even though he wasn't my boo back then, you know what I'm talking about? I'm so glad. And then he would always be like, nah, I'm good. I'd be like, you don't want to talk to so-and-so? He'd be like, nah, I'm good. I'd be like, but you need a girlfriend.
You were supposed to be his girlfriend,
But see,
probably.
that's the thing. He was like, he just asked me this like maybe last week. He was like, so if you dated me back in high school, would you treat me like you do now? And I said, probably. Then later on that day, I had to come back and tell him, I was like, you know what? You asked me would I treat you the same? And I said, I'm gonna have to change my answer. I said, probably not. Um, I probably would not have the same level of appreciation for you as I do now. I'm saying the things that I went through, they gave me a greater sense of value for what I have. I said, but at the same time, those hardships changed me. You know what I'm saying? Like when you give your love to somebody, you give your trust, you give your all, and that's violated, you change. You change how you love. You change how you trust. You change how open you are. You know what I'm saying? You don't find it as easy to share your vulnerable places, even with the one that you love. And so I said, I came back and changed my answer, and I told him, I said, I would probably love you a lot different because my love would be untainted, my trust would be unviolated. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like with him, it's like I had to try to go back and learn some things that I lost down through the years, through some bad experiences, if that makes sense.
I think there's a time for every situation. Like if you like I'm teasing you. Well, I'm not really teasing you. What he was waiting on. Maybe he was waiting on you in high school.
Well, he
I
said
don't
that
know.
he's like, man, like, yes. And one thing he always say, like, man, I always pray to God that he'll never let me lose that feeling that I had when the first time I seen you. We walked in that class. He's like, he asked, like, he don't ever want to lose that feeling. He's like, I mean, almost every time I see him, he be acting like it's the first time he ever seen me. I'm like, what in the world? So he still has this, I don't even know what to call it, but I appreciate that. I appreciate the I don't even know what to call it. It's like, even though we've had our previous marriages in our past experiences and relationships or whatever, sex, love, relationships, whatnot, it's like it's still fresh, it's still new, it still has it's like a level of innocence to it. You know what I'm saying? It's mature, but it's immature at the same time. So it's like, hey, I don't know. I don't even really know what to call it, but I like that. And that's what makes it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have our days where it's like, I ain't feeling you today, but, don't leave me by myself because I'm going to follow you anywhere anyway if you try to leave. So, even though I want to be around you today, shoot, don't talk though. Just be here.
And why can I imagine you saying that? Why?
I don't even say it, but I mean, like, you know how my attitude is. It's kind of weird. And so I have my moments when I don't want to be bothered. But, like, don't leave me alone, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like one of those, what do you call it? A person that can be in solitude, but I have separation anxiety, too.
So you want to be
At the
quiet, you
same
want to be
time,
separate but together.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, yeah. Just be
I
with
get it.
So I don't know. But I don't know. Love is a funny thing, but it's selfish. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, it has to be the center of attention. Love does.
Mm-hmm.
Love has to, like, it has to be everything. It has to be the life of the party. Without it, it's no party. It's no life. You know what I'm saying? Love has to be the foundation. It has to be everything. Because without it, it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? People can be, very wealthy, and have all these assets, but they have no love. It never works.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they got stuff, anything they want, they can buy it, but you
Can't
can't
buy
buy that.
love.
You know what I'm saying? You can't buy it. It's not something that you could buy, you know? And so, I don't know. It's funny. But like I said, I call love selfish. Even though it's selfless, it's selfish. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, nah, no. If you choke it out, nothing survives. When it go, you take everything with it.
I can dig that.
Selfish.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like one of those, you know what I'm saying? Like one of them Lifetime movies. If I can't have you, no one else will.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Love is like, no, if you can't have me, can't have nothing then. If your marriage can't have love, it can't have much. You can't have the marriage without the love. You can
Yeah.
get married. You know what I'm saying? You can have a contract together.
Yeah, but it's not gonna work.
No. It just, you know what I'm saying? Contracts, it's like insurance. That mug can lapse if you don't take care of it. You don't maintain it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, no good. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah.
So I done picked your brain for tonight.
Yes, indeed, honey child. Yes, good talk, good talk.
Most definitely. What do you want to close us out for the evening, ma'am?
Well, girl, shoot, I guess, hey, we done ski.
You're so crazy. We are done ski then.
We'll be back. We'll be back in a week or so. Bear with us. We're trying to get things figured out. We're gonna try to also go over to another platform as well. You know, and just make sure y'all like, subscribe, share the video, reach out to
All
us
of
if you
that.
have some topics at realsisterfriends@gmail.com. If you have some questions, some topics, some conversations you want to hear some real sisters talk about, then we'll talk about it.
Yes, ma'am.
Shy. I'm saying we'll cover. I'm sure we'll cover just about any topic. I'm saying now. Trying to think anything that's out limits. I don't have too much to talk about. I'm trying to live
Do we
kind
have?
of transparent, but
Yeah.
none
We'll
of
keep
my
it real.
yeah.
We'll keep it real,
behind it.
but if it gets too real, or I'm thinking, is anything just ever too?
I mean, I would say, considering that we do have children, we have families and things like that. Now, if it's going to be something that's going to put somebody out there and, not something that's not going to be edifying, or something that's going to cause our family shame or something like that, I mean, to the point that, hey, somebody can't recover, somebody can't do life behind discussing something, we're going to use discretion on that, but definitely feel free to submit it to us and we'll consider it. And even if we don't talk about it, on a video, we can address your topic to you personally or whatever, We're not beyond doing that. We're not beyond
Sounds good.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, just like this whole thing, I guess we started talking about communication, you know what I'm saying? And just being able to have a conversation, that makes the most out of any relationship, not just a marriage or a romantic relationship. I mean, like, even in your day-to-day life as a parent, as a sibling, as a child, as an employer, as an employee, as a customer, just being able to have a conversation, just to be able to have a simple conversation, makes all the difference. It can turn enemies into friends. It could turn foes into brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? It can turn, hey, people that were horrible spouses to one another, but it can turn them into great friends. So, I mean, hey, just reach out. We'll have a conversation about it, and maybe it'll help somebody do life a little better.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. All right, darling. Well, I guess until next time.
All right.
Talk
Peace.
to you later.